Take a look at this. Bitcoin on the 2-week chart, stochastic RSI just crossed below this white line. This has happened 5 other times where we had it cross back up. Let's take a look at the results. This cross up, 200% gain. This cross up, 2,000% gain. This cross up, 300% gain. This cross up, 800% gain. This cross up, 75% gain. What is this one going to be? And when is this cross up going to happen? Let's break it down. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Steve. On this channel, we talk about the cold hard facts and help you remain level-headed and make more money. Let's jump into this chart. Hit that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up. We're on the 2-week chart, Bitcoin US dollar index, and there's a pattern happening. Now, we have this big crash down followed by 2 big crosses up. Then we have this big crash down followed by these 2 big moves up. And then we have this big crash down, and you know the rest. So this big crash down is also predictable with this chart right in front of you. When we have a failed rally here and we do not have an official cross, we have a crash back down. Same thing with this 2018, 57% crash down. We failed to get above this active area here. Same in 2022. We covered it right here on our channel that if you line this up right here, this was a failed rally. This was a failed cross up, and we ultimately fell by 59%. We covered it right here on our channel because of the stochastic RSI. Stochastic RSI has so much power. But what we're looking at now is we haven't had a cross up yet, but it's coming. We can't stay down here forever. Just look at the facts. We usually do not stay down here for long unless it's a traditional bear market, which we could be down there for, let's measure this move right here. It's about 400-ish days, but sometimes it's really, really quick, like these ones, right? Very fast. So I want you to pay attention because we just dipped our head down here, which means that the market is oversold, okay? By definition. If you look at any indicators, or you look at the higher time frames, what is it saying? The market's oversold, plain and simple. We showed you on past videos, and I'm going to continue showing you because right now, everyone's freaking out and everyone's selling, and you want to do the opposite of them, plain and simple. For the history of mankind, this is held true, and plain and simple, we are oversold. This is not my opinion. Look at the indicator, look at our past videos, look at just the facts. But what happens is we end up having a cross up, and it usually happens 2 times per cycle. The first time is somewhere near the market cycle bottom. We have a cross up. Right here, it was in the middle of our market cycle bottom. We had a 200% increase. Same thing here, 300% increase right near the market cycle bottom. And same here, a 75% increase right near the market cycle bottom. The market, it's like clockwork, right? These cycles, these patterns repeat, especially on large time frames, right? They repeat. Look at what's happening. We had our first one near the market cycle bottom, just like the 300, just like the 200, except ours was 75. I told you from the beginning, I told you last year, this market cycle is going to be the weakest in Bitcoin's history, which is fine. Bitcoin needs that. It's been growing at a ridiculous rate for like 14 years. It has to have a cool down period to flush out all the weak hands and to flush out all the crap scams in crypto. It has to happen, right? So we know that we're bound to have another one of these crosses. Now, what do we know about the second cross in each cycle? You can see 2 here, 2 here. We've had 1. We just dipped our head below this white line. We're getting ready to have another. When is it going to happen? What are the keys to look at? Well, this cross up was our second in the cycle, and it happened fast, right? You can see the stochastic RSI dipped its head below here, and then real quick, we had a cross up. I mean, we dipped below sort of at the middle of August, and we dipped back above sort of in the beginning of November. It's fast, right? It's not like days or hours fast. We're on a larger time frame. It's fast, okay? Now, if you look at that one, you can say, okay, this was phase 2 of the bull. So this cross represented the start of phase 2 of the bull. Now, if we look at the other one that we had, which is this one, this cross up right here also represented phase 2 of the bull. We had this one cross up here, which we didn't quite cover, but again, even that cross represented 63% gain. So we could go ahead and put another one here, which would represent 6 altogether, which would make it 3 for the last cycle. We could do that if that makes you more comfortable, but all 6 are positively, undeniably very good for Bitcoin price action. We've never had a cross and went down 300%. That hasn't happened. We have these crosses, and it represents incredibly good times for Bitcoin. Why is that important? Well, we covered this cross up here that we had back in August of last year. We covered it when everyone thought, oh my God, we're going to 10K, 3K, 6K, 7K. Everyone was convinced of it. Everyone was against me. All the world's top economists were against me. They said, there's no way that the bottom is close to being in. There's no way the bottom is in. We're going to go to 10K, 9K, 8K, 3K, 2K. Everybody had all these things to say, but we just go based on the facts. And we said repeatedly, it's more risky to be out of Bitcoin than in Bitcoin. And that definitely remains the case right now. We're in a situation where we could go down further. Who cares? We're in a situation right now where we're clearly in the midst of our market cycle and we're waiting for this cross. If you wait for this cross and it confirms above the white line, that is an incredible time to buy. No matter what the price is doing and no matter what you think happens next, just go based on the facts. Wait for this cross, and this cross could come before the start of phase 2 of the bull. It could be some weeks from now. It could even be a couple months from now until we see this cross. It could be quick, like next week, the week after. We will be following it here. We will be keeping you up to date, but let's not get it twisted. This is an incredible time to buy. The market is oversold. These are just cold hard facts, okay? What happens during these times when we're anywhere near when we have a cross down with this white and we're below this white, everyone's trying to time the bottom, and 99% of those people never fill any orders because they're waiting for ridiculously lower prices that never come. It happens in every single cycle. It's been happening since the dawn of time in any market. This is what happens, right? So we dipped our head below here and we're waiting, right? We have no sign that a cross is about to happen, right? We're pretty much in a situation where we've had this long extended time up. This was very, very healthy. We had this time where we're going down. The market has not plummeted yet. The market has held firm with its market structure. Now we could come and retest our base. As we've said since last year, the worst case scenario is we retest our base. We would still be in phase 1 of the bull, which we've been saying for months and months and months and months. And also the best case scenario for Bitcoin, which we've been saying for months and months and months, is 48K. If you're sitting in your chair right now thinking there's no way Bitcoin could reach 48K this year, that's our best case scenario. And if you're not looking at that in an honest way, you're not being honest with yourself. Bitcoin could definitely reach 48K in the best case scenario this year, propelled by such a cross like this. And if you're not looking at that honestly, you're in denial and you don't know Bitcoin's power. But Bitcoin likes to surprise everybody. Its best case is 48. Its worst case is a retest of the base, and the market is oversold. These are just cold hard facts in the charts. The market is oversold at the moment. You don't want to be selling like them. You want to be buying. Okay, so I wanted to give you this. This would definitely be an earthquake. This would definitely send shockwaves all around our community because it would take everybody by surprise because they're not watching this chart right here. They're not watching the stochastic RSI on the 2 week. Maybe they're watching it on the daily or the 4 hour or the 1 hour, but that's not going to make you very much money. That'll give you a lot of stress and just a tiny bit of profits. What the hell are you going to do with a tiny bit of profits? This historically has given you, well, let's look at the facts. 200% profit, 2,000% profit, 300% profit, 800% profit, and 75% profit. And by the way, this one, which we didn't cover, was 63% profit. So you choose. Do you want to make a couple pennies or you want to make big boy money? You decide. It's up to you. But change your focus, change your mindset, look at higher time frames, look at the facts, make non-emotional decisions, do the opposite of the herd, and you're going to be in great position. Now, I want to give you something that has truly helped me. And if you really want to be successful, there's one thing you need to do, one thing and one thing only to truly become successful. So on this channel, yes, we talk about the charts. Yes, we talk about how you can make better decisions, but those things do not help you nearly as much as what I'm about to tell you. What I'm about to tell you, if you're very serious about doing something big in your life, there's one thing and one thing only, and this comes from more than 25 years of studying successful people, time and time and time again. People who made it to the top in sports, in social media, in entertainment, in business, in finance, they're all the same. All of these people share one thing and one thing only that helped them have a remarkably successful life. There's one trait, there's one thing that all of these people do, including me. I didn't know I was doing it. When I was a little kid, I understood, okay, I don't have it like the other kids at school. They got all new stuff all the time. I don't have anything that's new. I shop at the Goodwill. I understand we're in a different situation with money, but I had this thing that replayed in my head. I didn't know what it was. I just felt undeniable that when I got older, I would be incredibly successful. I didn't care that everyone I knew around me was poor. I didn't care both my parents dropped out of high school. I didn't care that everyone I knew where I lived was really poor. I understood I didn't know anybody successful. I didn't care. I just really felt that I was going to be very successful. And everyone would say, oh, how are you going to do that? Good luck. They always write you off, and that's fine. But I just felt it in my body. I really felt it. I even told my mom, hey, we're struggling now, but when I get older, I'm going to take care of you. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'm going to be very successful. And she's kind of like, oh, good job, honey. She didn't really know either. I just had this mindset. I don't know where it came from. I didn't know at the time. So fast forward, a couple decades, I've been studying all these successful people, and one thing I found that's common with all of them, no matter where if they make pillows, or they're an athlete, or they're in finance, it doesn't matter what they do. If they become uber successful, if they really become wealthy, financially free, whatever you want to call it, there's one thing that they all did since they were a little kid. It's they believed deeply that they were going to become very successful. There was no doubt. There was no if, ands, or buts. If everyone around them told them, yeah, good luck, it's probably not going to happen, you're silly for trying. If everyone they still believed it. So what could you do today in your life? It doesn't matter when you start this thing. If you genuinely believe that success is coming to you, if you really, really believe it, when everyone else laughs at you, if you still believe it, you will become successful. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. If you really believe it deep down, if you really, really believe it, you do not need to know how you're going to do it. Everyone focuses on how. Oh, how am I going to do that? Who cares about how? If you really believe it, it will happen. I want to challenge you. Find any human that's successful. I guarantee they truly believed it. They didn't know how, and they truly believed it. Those two things will remain true. Most humans focus on the how. Oh my God, I want to become really successful. How am I going to do that? And then it becomes like so overwhelming. Oh my God, there's this huge mountain to climb, and then they give up. It's too stressful. They focus on the how. Who cares about the how? I want you to take the how and throw it directly in the trash. That's where it belongs. If you really believe, you're going to do it. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. So I want you to start believing. I want you to write it down. I want you to read it every day. I want you to read it out loud before you go to bed. I want you to read it when you wake up. Watch what happens to your life. Your life's going to transform. I guarantee it. You could be watching this like, oh man, I think Steve is he on drugs? Is he okay? Man, I've been studying successful people for 25 years. This is the one thing that you could do. Anybody can become successful. It's not that difficult. It's really not. The first step and the only step is to believe it. Try it. Write it down. Just do it for a week. Write it down. Read it every day. Read it out loud in the morning, out loud in the afternoon, out loud when you go to bed. Watch what happens to your life. And look at the comments to other people that have been doing this. This is the biggest thing you could ever do in your whole life. They don't teach you in high school. They didn't teach you in college. They didn't teach you in preschool. They don't teach you anywhere this information. They don't want you to know. They want you to be just to fit in and, to have 2.5 kids, to buy a house and a car, to live a normal life, to get in, don't bump into the walls, don't do anything crazy, follow all the rules. They want you to do that. And most people do. They shut their mouth and they do that. Probably 95% people do that. But the people who really believe, they don't care about how. They don't care about when. They believe, then it happens. It's that simple. I want to leave you on that note. Write down in the comments if you connect with this. I'm trying my absolute best every video. I don't want to give you just crypto knowledge. because that could make you a little bit of money and that's cool, but that does not bring you financial freedom, not even close. You have to have these other set of skills, and I'm trying to share all of those skills with you. I've been studying successful people longer than the charts. You may say, oh, Steve's pretty knowledgeable at the charts. I would agree, pretty knowledgeable. I have way more knowledge about financial freedom and how to do it. Way more. It's not even close, the amount of knowledge. If you think I'm knowledgeable about charts, holy beep, it's not even close. It's not even close. So I'm trying to share these little tidbits. Let me know if you appreciate it. I'll see you right back here in the next video. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.